Members, the Senate is back in session. If I could have your attention for a moment so I could announce the order of business. We will return briefly to unfinished business. I will ask if any member of the Senate has an item they wish to take up under unfinished business. These are file items 11 through 47. 11 through 47. These are Senate bills on unfinished business. After we have taken up any remaining items on unfinished business, items 11 through 47, we will move then to Assembly third reading and take up Assembly bills on file item 59 through 184. So the first question and the first order of business is, under motions and resolutions, without objection, Senate Rule 29.3b will be suspended for AB 1542, 1987, and 1998. Without objection, so ordered. Now, under unfinished business, do we have members of the Senate who would like to take up items that are on the unfinished business calendar from file item 11 to file item 47? If not, and there don't appear to be any, let's now go to Assembly third reading, where we will start in order and work our way through the file, beginning with file item 59. And members, in answer to the most frequently asked question of the day, we're expected to work until 4:30 and take up bills until that time. File item 59, is there a floor manager? File item 60, is there a floor manager? File item 61, is there a floor manager? File item 62, is there a floor manager? File item 63, is there a floor manager? Under motions and resolutions, without objection, members, the following measures will be referred to the Rules Committee. They are item 125, AB 2734, item 119, AB 2214, item 124, AB 1504, item 162, AB 2669, item 167, AB 2398, item 171, AB 2470, and item 165, AB 12. Without objection, so ordered. Returning to the file, we are at file item 64. Is there a floor manager? File item 65. Is there a floor manager? File item 66. Senator Kehoe, not at her desk. File item 67. Senator Hancock. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 2154 by Assemblymember Solorio, enacting to vote by mail ballots.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. As you may recall, I held this bill, consideration of this bill, over at the request of Senator Correa. AB 2154, authored by Assemblyman Jose Solorio, would allow counties to offer voters the option of calling their local elections office to request a vote by mail ballot. Existing law says that a vote by mail ballot can be made in writing to the elections official or online through a website. AB 2154 simply adds the option of applying for a vote by mail ballot over the telephone. The voter requesting the ballot over the telephone would have to provide personal identifying information to the election officials that matches information on the voter's affidavit of registration. Signature verification in the vote by mail application stage is not necessary because that process takes place when the election official opens the actual vote by mail ballot envelope. As you know, vote by mail is becoming increasingly popular, and election officials are encouraging its use. It has both cost savings and increased voter participation. The Orange County Board of Supervisors is the sponsor of the bill, and the California Association of Clerks and Election Officials support it. I would ask for your aye vote.
Debate or discussion? Debate or discussion? Senator Correa on this item.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to say that I had the opportunity to call the Orange County Register of Voters to ask about possible safeguards against possible voter fraud. And they explained to me that what will happen is when an individual calls over the phone to request an absentee ballot over the phone, he will in fact have more information in front of him, or the person at the Register of Voters will have more information in front of him than you would normally have, meaning that the screen would pop up, you would have available the Social Security number of that individual, the driver's license number, and other information that will be used to verify that in fact the voter that is calling to apply for that vote by mail over the phone is in fact the individual. And let us not forget, once the ballot is returned, the signature on that ballot would be compared to the actual application, hard copy of the application to vote. And finally, remember that you'll still apply and you still vote under penalty of perjury. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Correa. Members, if we could bring the House to order, please. Senator Runner to be followed by Senator Wright.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, on this bill, the issue that I understand is that yes, the information is there, but the bill does not require the individual to be asked that information, whether it be their personal identification issues, which is their last four numbers of their Social Security or their driver's license number. So it's true, it may be there on the screen, but that's not a requirement in order for them to get an approved ballot sent to them by the phone. The bill makes that clear. I'd ask for a no vote.
Senator Wright, on this item, sir.
Yeah. My concern might be similar to Senator Runner's, and perhaps it is because I'm probably the prince of the skeptics, but my concern isn't that the person may vote. What a lot of people don't realize is that over half of the absentee ballots that are mailed are never returned. People who are working inside of a campaign, I'll give you a scenario. I call the Correa household and I say, I'm calling from the Joe Smith for Senate campaign. You say to me, I'm voting for someone else. I then call the registrar because I've got your affidavit information because I got it from the registrar just like you did. I apply for your absentee ballot. You don't know that I applied for the absentee ballot, so now when you go to vote, and again, I have your affidavit because it's available to me as a part of a campaign. So now I order your absentee ballot. You don't know that I ordered your absentee ballot, so when you go to vote, they tell you you have to present your absentee ballot. Now, if you are wise enough to know that you can get a provisional ballot, that works out. But I could have a phone bank call in 5,000 absentee ballot applications, those persons not knowing that that ballot was called in on their behalf. I'm not worrying about the voting fraud taking place. I'm worrying about the voter being disenfranchised because he didn't know that it was there. He didn't use the ballot when it came to his house because he didn't order it. So I think the potential that I worry about is a little bit different. It becomes a campaign tactic to order a bunch of them. Where I first saw this occur, and the reason that I have the concern, was there was an election for governor in California, and one of the candidates thought it was a great idea to pass out absentee ballot applications in African American churches. When they did that, the people signed them and actually sent them back, never understanding that that's what they'd done. Most of those voters couldn't vote because at the time the clerks didn't know about provisional ballots. The people voting didn't know about provisional ballots, and so they ended up not being able to vote because they didn't know to take the ballot back. My concern isn't the voter fraud on the front end, it's that campaigns could use it as a tactic to prevent someone from being able to vote. So that's my concern, and that's the element I worry about. Your Social Security number is not on your voter registration affidavit. Your driver's license is not on your voter registration affidavit. And as a consequence, in fact, it's not a requirement that you either have a driver's license or a Social Security number to register to vote. So it isn't on there unless you decide to put it. So I'm concerned about that, Mr. President, so I'll be voting no.
Further debate or discussion? Senator Correa.
Let me say that in response to the comments made by my colleagues, I'm happy to hear we're all concerned about voter fraud. Let me remind everybody that Orange County has experienced a lot of challenges when it comes to voter fraud, as well as voter intimidation over the last decade or so that I've been in office, and those are very good points. And Mr. Wright, I would say that what you're saying right now, what ifs, are happening right now. The point made to me by our register of voters is, given the additional information that's going to be asked over the telephone, this system, in his opinion, would be safer than the current system because there's more information you verify over the phone that you would on that application when you request an absentee ballot by mail. This gentleman, again, has been addressing voter fraud for at least a decade at the Orange County Register of Voters. He felt that it's something that is safer than the current system. But again, I thank you for those good points, and thank you very much.
Senator Hancock, you may close.
Thank you. Many of the points that have been raised could also be raised with by the fact that people are allowed to request an absentee voter ballot by email. And the protections are that once a ballot is returned, it is handled like all other returning vote-by-mail ballots. There's a signature and an address placed by the voter under penalty of perjury and verified by comparing the voter's signature with the original signature on their voter registration form. This ensures security on the return, verification, and tally of their ballot, and I would ask for your aye vote.
Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? No. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Blakesley? No. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Cogdill? Corbett? Aye. Correa? Aye. Denham? DeSaulnier? Aye. Duchesne? Dutton? No. Emerson? No. Flores? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Harmon? No. Hollingsworth? No. Huff? No. Kehoe? Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Runner? No. Simidian? Aye. Steinberg? Strickland? Walters? No. Wiggins? Wolk? Aye. Wright? No. Wyland? No. Yee?
Call the absent members.
Ashburn? Cedillo? Cogdill? Denham? Duchesne? Kehoe? Aye. Oropesa? Romero? Steinberg? Strickland? Wiggins? Yee?
Ayes 17, noes 11. Senator Hancock moves a call. Members, that takes us to file item 68. Is there a floor manager on this item? File item 69. Is there a floor manager on this item? Thank you, Senator Liu. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 2088 by Assemblymember Adams, enacting to recall elections.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, AB 2088 clarifies both the process to be followed when an elected official resigns from his or her position while subject to a recall petition, and clarifies the conflicting statute regarding random sampling of signatures used to qualify recall petitions. Most notably, an elected official who resigns while subject to a recall petition may not be appointed to any position on the same governing board for the duration of the term of office for the seat from which he or she resigned. Further, if more than 500 signatures are submitted for a recall petition, the election official may verify using random sampling either 3% of the signatures or 500 signatures, whichever is greater, and I ask for your support on this bill.
Thank you, Senator Liu. Is there debate or discussion on the item? Debate or discussion on the item. Members, is there any objection to substituting our unanimous roll call on this item? Ayes 37, including Senator Hollingsworth. Ayes 37, no 0. The bill is passed. Members, that takes us to file item 71. Senator Strickland, not at his desk. File item 72, Senator Hancock, passed temporarily. File item 73, is there a floor manager? File item 74, is there a floor manager? File item 75, no floor manager. File item 76. Senator Leno, are you prepared to take up file item 76? Pass. File item 77, Senator Hancock. Pass. File item 78, no floor manager? Senator Corbett.
Pardon me.
Secretary will read.
Assembly Bill 2485 by Assemblymember Fear, enacting into courts.
Thank you very much, Mr. President and members. This bill is one of those rare cases where plaintiffs and defense lawyers are on the same side. The bill takes two small steps to, first, help address the critical funding needs of the judicial branch, and two, to save money by improving civil case efficiency. Lawyers coming to California from other states are afforded the privilege of making limited appearances in California courts without passing the California bar exam or being licensed to practice in California if they obtain the approval of a court. This bill would increase the fee for those out-of-state attorneys and would provide badly needed financial support for the court system which these out-of-state lawyers are allowed to practice in. A growing number of other states have similarly increased such fees for California lawyers and others by a comparable amount, in some cases more than tripling their fees. In addition to raising badly needed revenue, this bill seeks to ensure that civil actions are handled efficiently. One small step in that direction is to continue the special court procedures for construction defect claims involving condos and other common interest developments. By all accounts, these rules have worked well to promote expeditious resolution of these cases, and extending the sunset will ensure that these cases do not require more time or resources for the courts and the parties. There's no opposition to this measure, and I ask for your aye vote.
Debate or discussion on this item? Debate or discussion on this item? Is there any objection to substituting the unanimous roll call? There is. Call the roll.
Onnested? No. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Blakesley? Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Cogdill? No. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Denham? DeSaulnier? Aye. Duchesne? Aye. Dutton? No. Emerson? No. Flores? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Harmon? No. Hollingsworth? No. Huff? No. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Pavley? Padilla? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Aye. Runner? No. Semidian?
Aye.
Aye. Steinberg? Strickland? Walters? No. Wiggins? Wolk? Aye. Wright? Wyland? Yee. Wyland, no. Yee. Yee, aye. Correa, no.
Call the absent
Cedillo,
members.
aye. Ashburn? Blakesley? No. Denham? Oropesa? Steinberg? Strickland? Wiggins? Wright.
Call the absent members.
Ashburn, Denham, Oropesa, Steinberg, Strickland, Wiggins, Wright.
Ayes 20, noes 12. Senator Corbett moves a call. Members, that takes us to file item 79. Senator Hancock, do you wish to take up this item? Senator Hancock, do you wish to take up this item? File item 79. Secretary will read.
Assembly Bill 2773 by Assemblymember Swanson, enacting to civil actions.
Thank you, Mr. President. AB 2773 will help ensure that all California workers have equitable access to the civil justice system for claims brought under the Fair Employment and Housing Act. A recent UCLA RAND study on FEHA found out that compared to Caucasians, African Americans have half the chance of obtaining a lawyer and women 20% less chance than men to obtain a lawyer, and that all low-wage workers have a far lower chance of obtaining a lawyer. Unfortunately, these statistics will be made more difficult as a result of the California Supreme Court's
Senator, one moment, please. Members.
Thank you. In
Senator,
Chavez,
one moment, please. Members, please. Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. In that case, the court upheld a decision and reversed the Court of Appeals to deny the successful plaintiff his attorney's fees for recovering less than $25,000. What that basically says is that no lawyer will be able to take a civil rights case if they believe that they have the possibility of not being able to even recoup their costs. And plaintiffs with lower wages and smaller potential damages will find it even more difficult than they do now to obtain counsel, to advocate for their civil rights, and uphold FEHA's purpose, which is ending discrimination in the workplace. This bill applies only to employment discrimination cases, and courts would still have their longstanding discretion to limit attorney's fees. What it says is if you prevail in a FEHA case on racial discrimination, you cannot, your attorney has to be rewarded some reasonable fees, compensation, and cannot be rewarded zero. And I would ask for your aye vote.
Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, the Secretary will call the roll.
Onnested? No. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Blakesley? No. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? No. Corbett? Aye. Correa? No. Denham? Dusanier? Aye. Ducheney? Dutton? Emerson? Dutton, no. Emerson, no. Flores? Aye. Hancock? Aye. Harmon? No. Hollingsworth? Huff? No. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Aye. Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Aye. Runner? No. Semidian? Aye. Steinberg? Strickland? Walters? No. Wiggins? Wolk? Aye. Wright? Aye. Wyland? No. Yee? Yee, aye. Ducheney, aye.
Call the absent members.
Ashburn? Denham? Hollingsworth? Oropesa? Steinberg? Strickland? Wiggins.
Ayes 21, noes 11. The bill is passed. Members, I'm going to lift the call on file item 78. Lift the call on file item 78. Call the absent members.
Ashburn? Denham? Oropesa? Steinberg? Strickland? Wiggins? Wright? Wright, aye.
Ayes 21, noes 12. The bill is passed. Members, we are now at file item 80. Senator Negrete McLeod. The Secretary will read.
Senate Bill 1225 by Assemblymember De La Torre, enacting to emergency services.
Thank you, Mr. President. Members, AB 1225 requires the Department of Public Health or any local public health department conducting preparedness simulations for an infectious disease outbreak to identify deficiencies in their plans and to track the implementation of any needed corrective action. Specifically, AB 1225 requires the Department of Public Health and local health departments conducting preparedness simulations for an infectious disease outbreaks to identify deficiencies in their plans and to track the implementation of any needed corrective actions. The reports will be available on the Department of Public Health's website or upon request. This bill does not take a minimalist approach to protecting Californians. Instead, it will compel DPH and local health departments to complete after-action reports in all cases and constantly remain mindful of the corrective actions necessary to truly mitigate threats. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Is there debate or discussion, members? Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Onnested? No. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Blakesley? Aye. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? No. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Denham? DeSaulnier? Aye. Duchesne? Dutton? No. Emerson? Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? Hollingsworth? Huff? No. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Aye. Runner? No. Semidian? Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? Walters? No. Wiggins? Wolk? Aye. Wright? Aye. Wyland? No. Yee? Yee, aye. Correa, aye. Ashburn? Denham? Duchesne? Emerson? No. Flores? Harmon? No. Hollingsworth? Liu? Oropesa? Strickland? Wiggins?
Ayes 21, no.
Ashburn, no.
Ayes 21, noes 10. The bill is passed. File item 81, is there a floor manager? File item 82, is there a floor manager? File item 83, Senator Leno, Secretary 82. Will read.
82.
Thank you. On file item 82, this is AB 2597 by Bill Berryhill. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 2597 by Assembly Member Bill Berryhill, enacting to vehicles.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, this bill allows motorcycle dealers to take certain disputes that they may have with manufacturers to the California New Motor Vehicle Board for arbitration. This then helps to reduce litigation and court caseloads. The bill does not interfere with any private contracts, and it simply provides a fair process for settling disputes, and at no cost to the state. As strong bipartisan support, I ask for your aye vote.
Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none. Members, is there any objection to using our unanimous roll call? There is. Please call the roll.
Onnested? Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Blakesley? Aye. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? Corbett? Aye. Correa? Denham? DeSaulnier? Aye. Duchesne? Dutton? Emerson? Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? No. Hollingsworth? Huff? Kehoe? Leno? Aye. Liu? Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Aye. Runner? Aye. Semidian?
Aye.
Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? Walters? No. Wiggins? Wolk? Aye. Wright? Wyland? Yee? Yee, aye. Correa, aye. Huff, aye. Kehoe, aye. Padilla, aye. Wyland, aye. Ashburn, no. Wright, aye. Onnested, no.
Call the absent members.
Cogdill, Denham, Ducheney, Dutton, no. Emerson, no. Flores, Hollingsworth, Liu, Oropesa, Strickland, Wiggins.
Ayes 24, noes 6. The bill is passed. Senator Leno, are you prepared to take up file item 83? This is file item 83. Secretary will read.
Assembly Bill 482 by Assemblymember Mendoza, enacting to employment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, this bill is up for reconsideration, so I shall spare you my earlier and most articulate presentation. I would just point out that this bill is a job creation bill. It's a job creation bill, and I ask for your aye vote.
Debate or discussion? Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? No. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? No. Blakesley? No. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? No. Corbett? Aye. Correa? Denham? DeSaulnier? Aye. Ducheney? Dutton? No. Emerson? No. Flores? Hancock? Aye. Harmon? No. Hollingsworth? Huff? No. Kehoe? Aye. Leno? Aye. Liu? Lowenthal? Aye. Negrete McLeod? Aye. Oropesa? Padilla? Aye. Pavley? Aye. Price? Aye. Romero? Aye. Runner? No. Semidian?
Aye.
Aye. Steinberg? Aye. Strickland? Walters? No. Wiggins? Wolk? No. Wright? No. Wyland? No. Yee? Yee, aye.
Call the absent members.
Correa? No. Denham? Ducheney? Aye. Flores? Hollingsworth? Liu? Oropesa? Strickland? Wiggins.
Ayes 18, noes 14. Senator Leno moves the call. Members, that takes us to file item 84. Senator Wolk, pass. File item 85. Is there a floor manager? File item 86. Is there a floor manager? File item 87. We will be skipping items 87 through 114, members. That takes, Madam Secretary? These are budget bills. File item 115. Senator Calderon, file item 115, pass. File item 116, is there a floor manager? File item 117, is there a floor manager? On file item 116, Secretary will read.
Assembly Bill 1942 by Assemblymember Fletcher, enacting to vehicles.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senators, current statute does not allow drivers to affix or place objects on their windshield. However, there are certain exceptions for certain devices, including sun visors, rearview mirrors, electronic toll communication devices, and GPS positioning systems. AB 1942 expands this exemption to include video event recorders, a new technology used mostly by parents and teen drivers to coach good driving behavior. The author has worked with CHP to ensure this exemption is safe, that it mirrors the exemption for GPS positioning systems and fast-track toll communication systems. It's received broad bipartisan support. Amendments taken to the Senate have removed the Teamsters' opposition to the bill. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Debate or discussion? Seeing and hearing none, Secretary, call the roll.
Onnested? Aye. Alquist? Aye. Ashburn? Blakesley? Aye. Calderon? Aye. Cedillo? Aye. Cogdill? Aye. Corbett? Correa? Aye. Denham? DeSaulnier? Aye. Ducheney? Dutton? Aye. Emerson? Aye. Flores? Aye. Hancock? I. Harmon. I. Hollingsworth. Huff.
Members, forgive me, but it's difficult for our desk staff to hear the roll call vote. If you have conversations, if we could ask that you take them to the rear of the chambers or outside altogether. Thank you very much. Continue with the roll call.
Kehoe. Leno. Aye. Liu. Lowenthal. Aye. Negrete McLeod. No. Oropesa. Padilla. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Price. Aye. Romero. No. Runner. Semidian. Aye. Steinberg. Aye. Strickland. Walters. Aye. Wiggins. Wolk. Aye. Wright. Wyland. Aye. Yee. Yee. Aye. Kehoe. Aye. Wright. Aye. Okay. Corbett. No. Yee. Aye to no. Ashburn. Aye. Runner. Aye. Hollingsworth. Aye.
Ayes 29, noes 4. The bill is passed. File item 117, no floor manager. File item 118, is there a floor manager? File item 120. File item 121, is there a floor manager? File item 1, there is a floor, Senator Hollingsworth?
Yes, I'd like to call a Republican caucus very briefly in the Cox room.
File item 120, we will hold it right there. Senator Hollingsworth calls a Republican caucus in the Dave Cox Clubhouse.